Rented homes in leafy suburbs have become the new front line in the war on drugs. Police are so concerned they invited our cameras along as they raided homes containing drug labs, which pose a huge threat to neighbouring properties.
A show of force in suburban streets.
Get on the fucking ground! Get on the ground!
Smashing the drug trade, invading otherwise normal neighbourhoods.
The officers are armed with firearms, Glocks and tasers.
East Metro Police Inspector Rob Anderson oversees the operation. Shutting down labs with the potential to produce hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of amphetamines.
They're very unpredictable, they're unstable, and they do explode.
This rented house was torn apart when a pressure cooker used to make methamphetamine exploded.
A huge boom, and then my whole house rattled and I thought something had hit my house.
We make no apology for our proactive stance in addressing this problem.
Detective Inspector John Wacker believes most labs are run by small-time operators, not organised syndicates.
We're not silly enough to believe that they are the sole supplier and producers of the drugs. There's a number of elements across the community that are involved.
Well, the industry is huge, and anybody that says it's not is completely wrong.
Former lawyer Andrew Fraser has represented some of the country's most notorious Victorian underworld figures, key players in the country's illicit drug trade.
All the crooks in Melbourne knew the Morans.
The most well-known was the late Des Tuppence Moran, a pioneer of suburban drug manufacture.
He was the first one to have a mobile speed laboratory, and the speed laboratories were scarce as hen's teeth in those days, and him and a bloke called Burns had the great idea that, well, if we set a laboratory up in a truck, we can drive all over the place, and moving targets are hardest to hit.
That legacy lives on. Raids like these are becoming more common in Queensland because Customs and Federal Police are intercepting at southern ports the precursor chemicals used to make speed, ice and ecstasy. The forgotten victims of this drug trade are the landlords, whose properties are used as meth labs. There are so many, John Critchley has come up with this.
It monitors 24 hours a day. It doesn't take photographs of them, it doesn't record them by video. It's just like a smoke alarm.
Called the owner's eye, it specifically warns landlords they have drug makers as tenants.
If it's been used for any illicit drug making, it will also show that there's certain levels of certain gases in there and that the apartment should be checked out.
Another small weapon in this war against drugs.
Damien Hansen reporting there.